Trouble's coming, trouble's coming. Great song. Hey, Wednesday. What's up? What's up? Trouble's coming. All right, if you're over 40, trouble's coming. Man, that's like my theme song for the week. But we're not here to talk about me. This is about you. And if you're over 40, and if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to do some fitness with that, I got 3 top mistakes for you when it comes to your fitness and trying to lose weight. Now listen, chime in. I'm your Bulletproof Christian Fitness mentor. I want to help bulletproof your efforts in 2021. Maybe you've been shot down. Maybe you're just, that's it. You're tapping out. That's it. You're done. Hopefully that's not the case. And if you've been struggling with your weight loss and you've been trying to figure out how to add the fitness in because you know just going the diet route is not is not going to last. If you're trying to do quick fixes and trying to do, shotgun diet approach, chances are, yes, you'll lose some weight, but the vicious cycle continues because what happens, you and I both know, especially if you're over 40, you've tried the diets, you've tried the quick fixes, you've tried the cleanses, you've tried all of the potions and pills and magic wands. And trust me, I say this all the time. If I had a magic wand and can help you lose that weight, I would wave it. And now, while I don't have a magic wand, I want to give you 3 top fitness mistakes I want to share with you. Because if you can avoid these 3 mistakes, you'll be on your way on a better path right off the bat. You'll be on a safer path to ensure that you are on the right path to your best health, losing that weight, getting the best shape that you know you have the potential for. Right at the end of the day, if you're over 40, the way I see it is at almost breaking 50, I feel like I'm at the halfway point, right? The halfway point. And I don't know where you're at in your life, in your walk. Maybe you're older, maybe you're younger. But the hourglass, the sand going through the hourglass, time's running out, right? And so to speak, not to make it all about death. But the reality is there's a 100% death rate. And why not? If you have another 40 or 50 years, maybe only 30, maybe only 20, why not be in the best shape of your life? Why not figure out exactly what you need to do? Not just keep the weight off, but to actually get in the kind of shape that you deserve, your body deserves, right? If we're here to honor God with our bodies, why not make it the best and healthiest you can? And if you're over 40 now, if you're doing well with this whole thing called weight loss and you're in the best shape of your life, this message is not for you. If you haven't struggled on diets, if you know exactly what you need to do in the gym and you're doing it, if you're working out at home, if you have everything dialed in, this message isn't for you. But if you're like a lot of people that I come across in my profession as a fitness mentor, a Bulletproof Christian Fitness mentor, I come across a lot of men and women of faith and some that don't have faith. But I want you to have faith in insurance and what I share with you on this 3 mistakes that you're making when it comes time to trying to lose weight. Number one, first and foremost, the number one thing is when people are trying to lose weight, and it is January, the year, right? Like this is your year. It's a new world, right? It's kind of crazy. But the reality is just you're still in your own body. And if you've been struggling, the first mistake I see when people are trying to use fitness to help with weight loss is you have no idea where to start. Like you have no clue where you should start. Well, I know I could join a gym and I know my friend really enjoys this like kickboxing class, and the spinning could be a great way to burn lots of calories, but you have no idea where to start because you don't know where your body is at. You don't know the level that you're at. You don't know based on maybe what you worked out in the past when you were in your 20s. Yeah, I used to be in good shape. Well, used to be in good shape is like kind of being in good shape, right? It's maybe what you're thinking about being in good shape was how you were when you were in your 20s. But now you're 2 decades older or 3 decades older, and life is different. Your expectations, your season, your challenges, your struggles, your requirements are going to be different. The problem most people have is they just wing it. They go into some sort of a fitness plan without having any sort of clue what their body can handle, and if they need to make modifications, and how much of it they need, how intense, should they do this, should they do that? They have no clue, and they just usually wing it. And what happens when you wing it, what happens when you just play the guessing game, is you end up guessing and you either do a couple things. You either hurt yourself or you don't see the results, right? Or you just get bored. And I hope none of those things happen, but I want you to be aware that number one out of the three, and this is in order because this is a top one, is when it comes to losing weight in your fitness journey, you have no idea where to start. Now, there is good news because there's people like me that are out there that can help you on the right path, can actually ask the right questions, get the right answers, and put you on the right path. If you want access to that, I'm going to ask you to just hit me up with the word bulletproof. Send me a private message. You don't have to make it public. Maybe you've been struggling. You don't want people to know. That's cool. Private message me, bulletproof, and we'll get on the deal. Now, number two, the second one, this one is typically for my past exercisers, the people like who maybe played a sport when they were in high school or maybe in college. They were an athlete. Maybe they ran, 5Ks, and maybe they even did, some competitive type sports, even in their early adulthood, right? And maybe you had to stop, or maybe life took you in a different direction, but now you're here sitting at 50, or maybe you're even at 60. And then you're thinking when you go into your routine, it kind of plays off of the first one, having no idea where to start. Well, for that person, is having no idea what level they should start back at. And that's the thing. Typically, a lot of times what I see people do, sorry, my heat is on in my car and it's getting too warm in here. It's getting hot in here, is you go too hard too soon. You go to that spin class and you get crushed. You do that online workout. You join that Peloton and you're like, I want that girl's body there. And she's 50, but you know what? She's been spinning for the past 6 years and she's got her nutrition dialed in. And guess what? She probably does some strength training as well. But you know what? She probably didn't start out that way. And that's what I want to just kind of warn you about in this, as far as a mistake goes in this new year, is to don't go too hard too soon. Yes, will you have some muscle memory? If you have been an exerciser in the past, chances are you will be able to get back into it, but maybe you have a couple injuries you need to work through. Maybe you've been sick, maybe you were an avid exerciser in your 20s, but then your job took you in front of your desk and you sat down for 8 hours a day for the past 10 years. And I'm going to just, while your body will remember a little of it, you're going to need to be really careful with what you do, with how you exercise, if you truly want it to help you lose weight. Because you and I both know, right? You can work out for 3 hours a day, but if you don't do what you need to do in the kitchen, you're never going to lose the weight, right? Like, the reality is, it just is a broken record that keeps coming up. I hear people every year in and year out, 25 years in the making, same story. I don't know why I'm losing weight, Mark. I don't know why I'm not losing weight, Mark. I'm working out like 2 hours a day. I'm doing this cardio and I'm walking and I'm doing the spin class and I'm doing the TRX training and I'm doing the Peloton, but the scale is not changing. And now that leads me into the third one. Again, it goes into these are 1, 2, 3 in order, is not having any idea where to start. The second thing is going too hard too soon. And you're like, oh, that workout, I feel so sore, struggling. And you've been continuing to feel sore for, the next 2-3 months. And then you just give up because you're not seeing the results. And then the other thing is, the third one, don't make this mistake. This is the third one, is you're not going hard enough. Like, you're doing the basics. Now, don't get me wrong. You can walk your weight off, right? But if you've been walking 3 miles, say you're walking 2 miles or 3 miles, and you've been doing that, or maybe you started doing it and then you saw a few pounds come off because you're burning a few extra calories, and you're still doing the same walk, and maybe you've even increased it to 3 miles or 5 miles. Maybe you've even increased it to, instead of 3 days a week, to 5 days a week, and you're doing more of it. But guess what? Your body has adapted. It's gotten not lazy, but your body has met the adaptations to walking, because walking only requires a certain amount of energy, even if you do it for a longer period of time. So will it be a challenge to you? Yes. But what I see even happen in the gym situations is people who are doing the same routine over and over and over again. And if you start to do this long cardio type exercise routine, now most people in their 40s, I don't have extra hours in the day to be spending doing loads and loads of cardio. I got to get my workout in, get it done, and move on with my day. And if you're like that, you don't have to spend endless hours of cardio, and then you probably won't get the kind of results you want from your fitness to help you with your weight loss. So I want to encourage you, those three things. Number one is to know where to start, have an idea where to start. And like I said, hit me up with a message, bulletproof, in the private message, and we can have a discussion about that. Number two is to not go too hard too soon. Because what happens, you go too hard too soon, as we'll just kind of recap, going hard too soon, you're going to get sore. You're going to feel like, wow, like I'm working out really hard, but why am I not seeing the results? Well, your body may not be ready for that. You may get injured. It may not, you may even be more hungry because you're exercising harder. All those things need to be taken into consideration. And then number three is not going hard enough. You're either gotten adapted to it, or you're just doing something that you've heard is going to get you results, and like getting on a treadmill. How boring is that for an hour or two? Like, I go in the gym and I'll work out, or I'll see people walking, and I know that that's their main source of exercise. Don't get me wrong. It can be a good source of exercise, especially if you're brand new. But I would say is if you're wanting that to be a big component to how you're losing weight, you're going to come up short. So those are the three mistakes. If you're over 40, now again, if you're over 40 and you're struggling with these things, reach out to me. I told you, just shoot me a message, bulletproof. We'll get on a call. I've been making this my life's work to help men and women over 40. Now, even the question always comes up, well, Mark, you said you're like the Bulletproof Christian Fitness Mentor. That's just who I am. You don't need to be Christian to come into my program. It's just how you know I am. As a man of faith, just so you know where my centeredness is in my program, regardless of, yes, we got to address the nutrition. Yes, we need to address the fitness. Yes, we need to look at how you're supported throughout the entire way, but also to know that you're going to have the integrity of a Christian man, a Christian coach who could come alongside you. Do I have it all put together? Is it perfect? Absolutely not. In fact, one of the things I learned being a Christian is that I still come up short. I still fail, but I'm not relying on me as the efforts. So anyway, I hope this helped. Top 3 fitness mistakes. I hope you don't do them. Avoid them at all costs. If you can avoid those 3 mistakes, you will be on the path to success. Take care. Have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.